collect their rent. That's going to be part of the problem, because I think that the cost of living is going to go up a lot, and people are going to struggle to pay their rent because everything else is going to be so expensive. And they got to eat, they got to keep the lights on, they got to keep the utilities running, they got to pay their taxes. So people might be behind in their rent. And I also think a lot of people may start renting out rooms, so they're taking in boarders, and kids will move in with their parents, parents will move in with their kids. So households could be destroyed. So that could be a headwind for the U.S. real estate market. But I still think if you have a lot of debt on your property that you can manage, the debt gets inflated away. I mean, inflation is good for debt, right? Because it wipes out the debt. So that kind of leverage could help you. But I would just, instead of pairing Bitcoin, real estate with Bitcoin, I think you should have gold as a hedge to your real estate and these gold mining stocks. I think that would be a much better way to go.
So, okay, let's go back to the rent. People are not going to be able to pay their rent. Now, if we print more money, why would they not be able to pay their rent?
Well, if they get that money, yeah, right. I mean, we print enough money, they're going to pay the rent.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about hyperinflation, the rent's not going to buy you very much. So there's your other problem, right? You're getting a lot of rent, but at the end of the day, what if the cost of maintaining the properties exceeds the rent, right? Because prices just are skyrocketing. But yes, your debt gets wiped out. So that's a positive, right? If you have leverage,
people have to live somewhere. They
like this video, subscribe to.
Right, but you can use your gold to pay your rent. So you can.
Yeah, but that's never. I mean, I've been in the rental business for 30 years. I've never had somebody offer me gold.
Well, but they can sell their gold to pay the rent, right? I mean, or at some point, I'm sure you would take gold. I'm sure if one of your tenants.
Look, if they can't pay in fiat, I'll take anything. I'll take
what?
rental business for 30 years. I've never.
You might find that landlords not only want to get paid in gold, they may actually denominate their leases in gold. They may rent out the property. Say, look, I'll rent you this property, but here's how much I want you to pay me every month in gold.
Yeah, Peter, there's nobody taking gold for rent.
No, okay, well, if we get into a hyperinflation scenario, let's say we get into a scenario where prices are doubling every month, right? Are you going to rent out an apartment for, let's say, $1,000